So I educate my patients every day on a heart healthy diet. They're coming to me, they want to lose the weight. They're like, what diet? And we've talked on this, my feelings about the word diet. But that is my go-to. They ask me about keto. They ask me about intermittent fasting. It's a daily discussion. And I always start with, let's talk about a heart healthy diet. Tell me your thoughts. First off, what do you say a heart healthy diet looks like? And then let's kind of talk about your thoughts on keto, intermittent fasting, and these things that we're seeing a lot of right now.
Okay, so a heart healthy diet at the top of the list is going to include fruits and vegetables, plenty of beans, plenty of legumes. It's going to include whole grains. It's going to reduce added sugar intake. It's going to reduce sodium intake. It's going to be very cautious and limit things that contain saturated fats, which you get from whole fat dairy. Low fat dairy, great to include. Egg whites, eggs, I would just say in general, everybody craps on eggs all the time. They really shouldn't. They're fantastic. Eggs are...
I eat eggs raw.
There's no concern we've seen from eggs on that one.
Oh, yeah. Like if I'm quick in the morning, if I need to hurry up and get to
Someone get him a raw egg.
clinic or whatever, I crack an egg
I'm
and I
cook
put
it
it
first.
in
I'm not a savage. I'm not Rocky
I
Balboa.
put it in a cup and I
guy.
just swallow it. Oh,
What?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Next episode.
Okay. That's a food safety. That's a foodborne illness episode, perhaps. In some
Maybe.
future
What
instance.
about everyone saying we just need to eat the whites? We can't eat the yolk.
I mean,
Is
you
this-
can. Like, if you're very conscious and you're very mindful about how much of your fat you're consuming, then yes, the egg white is the most biologically available protein on the planet, as far as I know. It's the most absorbable, the version that your body just loves. We say it has a very high biological value. Go for it. But include those low-fat dairy items, low-fat meats, which tend to be, like chicken or special cuts of pork, fatty fish. These are the top quality items that we would suggest for individuals consuming it for the heart health.
Yeah.
What's a fatty fish?
Fatty fish would be something like salmon, tuna. I mean, canned tuna. I got canned tuna in my fridge. Go to that all the time. Canned tuna.
Like tuna fish?
Tuna fish.
Canned tuna fish?
Canned tuna fish.
You just open it up and just...
Oh, I make such a good tuna.
You're just
fish.
a very go-to. You're a very time efficient man. I prefer to throw in a little bit of lemon juice because it's a little
Yes.
fishy for me. That kind of
Cut up
kicks down the
pickles,
flavor. And I'm a
little
big fan of seaweed too. I take
You guys have so much time.
I do seaweed too. I
you
wrap
put the seaweed in it.
I get
it's
the
so
seaweed and
good.
then wrap the
Nori
tuna.
or the seaweed salad.
Yeah.
Either of those two
So
are
good.
delicious. And I mean, it's 30 extra seconds. It's not digging that
We
too
like
much
to
into your
glam
time
it
or your
up.
I
schedule.
mean,
when you're
sheesh.
eating it
I
out
know.
of the can.
Yeah, we're very chic.
So what I do is essentially in my household, every night is a different protein. So one night we're doing ground turkey. One night,
Heart healthy.
Yeah, it's the chicken and the fish is another night, and so we're kind of trying to.
Hold on, wait a second. She said ground turkey, right? And you're like, heart healthy.
Yep.
Like, why did you say heart healthy?
Because
with ground
comparatively to other meats, to like ground beef, it has a lower fat content. It has a lower saturated fat content.
Got it.
And the saturated fat is the concern because the saturated fat drives LDL particle production in your blood. So by removing that, or by, I should say, limiting that, that's, again, the goal of keeping it under control. The meats in particular, the cuts of meat that you're typically going to get more saturated fat content from are going to be other cuts of pork, like from bacon or from red meats or from other cuts of pork in particular. Those are the ones that just tend to be a little bit higher. Myself in particular, chicken is probably my number one go-to protein. Second on the list would be tuna, straight out of the can with some lemon juice, not straight out of the can like a savage, like some people do.
What about game, like elk, deer meat, all those things?
Those are leaner cuts, but I just don't come into contact with them very often. But if I get a chance to consume them, I do. But like eating a steak, eating beef or cuts of beef or something like that, cuts of pork, which are fattier, fairly rare for me. I'd say, no, I can actually tell you, like the last time I actually had a steak was... I think for my wife's birthday, which was a few months
Like a
ago.
special occasion.
Like a special occasion.
That's how it is for me too. I mean, I grew up. My parents were like steak and potatoes, mac and cheese. It's like the second I turned 18,
Love me
and
some
got out of
potatoes.
that. I have a steak like for a special occasion.
The
and that's about
Irishman,
it.
the Irishman in me loves the potato.